Salute, salute. Call dog. What's good, family? Y'all know how we do. Always pushing help, wealth, better understand the self, man. Y'all know I'm trying to get this internet. I mean, this, bro, my internet be on 100. So, call dog. Salute, man. Everybody in the building. Y'all been putting me on this Indigenous American history, so I'm gonna tap in on that today. Salute to the family. Let me wait for everybody to get in here, but I'm gonna start it out with Mike TV, man. Y'all been putting me on there. Call dog, I got your message too, family. Most definitely. Y'all check this out. We got a good one today, man. We're gonna go over some indigenous real truth. Salute to y'all rules, family. Ursa, FBA fam, we're in the building. I appreciate y'all. We gonna get into y'all been putting me on Mike TV, man. We finna go over what Mike talking about. Indigenous history. I want to get y'all opinion on that. We got to do some polls, man. I'm gonna do some polls, called dog, for real. No. Okay. All right, let's go, family. Let's get it.
Shakes the very foundation of American history. The government's own descriptions and records that quietly admit what our ancestors have always known. The so-called Negro of America is not from Africa at all. We are indigenous people of this land. So when you start looking through old government documents, reports, treaties, letters, you'll notice they describe dark-skinned tribes like the Yamasee, the Catawba, the Creek, and the Seminole as black, copper-colored, woolly-haired Indians. They didn't call them Africans. Matter of fact, the Spaniards, who were the first Europeans over here, they called them Negros de Terras, which literally translates to blacks of this land. And they used that as a term to differentiate us from the African slaves they would later bring over, because they called the African slaves Negros de Guinea, blacks of Africa, while we were Negros de Terras, blacks of this land. Also, we were called Indians not because Christopher Columbus thought that he was in India or something. It comes from the Spanish word indios. That's what the Spaniards called us, indios, people in God. Now, over time, through the magic of reclassification and paper genocide, those same people who were renamed Negro, colored, and eventually African American, but their land, their names, and their history stayed right here. Now, what the textbooks will never tell you is that most of the so-called slave rebellions and the Indian wars, they're really the same. These are the same wars fought by the same people. They compartmentalize, mainstream academics, they compartmentalize history to make you think that a slave rebellion is something totally different from an Indian war. No, 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 no. If you were an indigenous person labeled free and you resisted, well, they called it an Indian war. But if you were indigenous and enslaved in place and you fought back, well, now they call it a slave rebellion. Same people, same blood, different labels, depending on what made the colonizers look better. Think about that. The Yamasee War, the Stono Rebellion, the Seminole Wars, Nat Turner's Rebellion, Fort Mims, all the way to...
Yeah, man, Mike TV undefeated. Salute to that brother. He be definitely bringing the facts, y'all. Man, my thing a little frozen up. Let me let him go, man.
To the Civil War itself, these weren't disconnected events. These were generations of the same Black indigenous families refusing to bow down. History's been chopped into categories to confuse you, but the truth is simple. Our ancestors never stopped fighting for their land, for their freedom, and their name. So tonight, we're going to peel back those layers, show you the government documents that describe these Black indigenous nations, and reveal how academic institutions compartmentalize our history to hide that the so-called Negro was and still is the real American Indian. Let's get into it. But guys, before we get into it, I also urge you to check out NativeBlackAncestry.com, because I've just built out my first ever course, Hidden Heritage. Make sure to check it out. It officially launches in a few weeks, but in the meantime, I'm offering a early bird discount. You get 50% off if you become a founding student of mine. So definitely make sure to check out the website, NativeBlackAncestry.com, if you need help with genealogy research or would like to check out the course. But earlier today, I actually spent the time putting together this timeline to really, put things in perspective for you all. Hopefully, check it out. And give me some fists or feathers in the chat so I know that you guys can read this. If it's a little bit small, there is a way for me to make it bigger. So give me some feedback, guys. I want to make sure that you guys can follow along. Shout out to Patterns. Nice to see you in the house, Patterns. GJ, nice to see you as always. Thanks for tuning in. But guys, let's get into it. Hopefully this is not too small for you to read. Let's go. Now, our story is going to begin in 1680. 1680. What happens in 1680? Well, that's when Black Indigenous people in the Carolinas have a revolt. This is actually the first recorded revolt on the continent. 1680. The Carolina Slave Revolt, right? And these weren't foreigners on this land. These were people born of it, the descendants of its First Nations mixed with those who had been forced into bondage. They refused to bow to the colonial yoke. Their uprising rattled the infant colony and made clear that conquest here would never be easy. Meanwhile, across the Southeast, the Wale, the Timucua, and the Apalachee nations fought off both Spanish and English invasion between 1686 and 1692. You've got the Apalachee rebellions and the Wale and Timucua resistance, right? Their villages burned, their people enslaved or sold, yet they kept striking back, planting the seeds of a centuries-long resistance that stretched across borders and bloodlines. By 1687, groups of Native Black Americans escaped southward to St. Augustine, Florida, where Spain offered them sanctuary. There, they built the earliest maroon settlements, free towns defended by mixed indigenous and some African descendant warriors as well. These settlements, protected by Spanish law and guarded by their own muskets, became the spiritual and physical foundation of what we now call the Seminole Nation. Freedom born from unity and endurance.
So dang, I'm looking at the timeline. If y'all see the timeline, it's crazy. How they got the Civil War right here, the Seminole War. It's like prisoners of war, you know? It seems like every tribe was pretty much, went to war. That's crazy. Shout out to Mike TV for this, man. You did that. That's crazy. Cherokee, that's us. That's me right there. Salute, family. So yeah, man, it's a lot of why would Spain offer them sanctuary? For real. That's weird because Spain is far. Probably for them to be slaves. When I find a Louisiana map with the tribes. Let's go, man. Let's let Mike finish doing his talk.
Now, when we get to the early 1700s, the dawn of the 18th century brought war and upheaval. You've got the Tuscarora War of 1711 to 1713. Tuscarora War, look it up. Native Black Americans allied with Tuscarora fighters to defend their homelands in the Carolinas.
Salute, DJ.
When the English prevailed, they enslaved and exported thousands of indigenous people to the Caribbean, a preview of what would soon sweep across the entire Southeast. That same decade, resistance flared in the heart of the North. In 1712, Native Black Americans in New York City launched a bold nighttime rebellion. They set fires near the docks and attacked colonists in the streets. Dozens were captured and executed, some tortured, others burned alive. In response, the colony enacted draconian new laws restricting movement, gatherings, and even drumming. But despite the terror, the will to resist spread. And then we get to the Yamasee War. But guys, before we get to the Yamasee War, I just want to give you guys a quick introduction into some of the work that I do through my website, nativeblackancestry.com. You see, as a genealogist and card-carrying member of the Muskogee Creek Nation, it's really my life's work to teach you guys how to trace your heritage and get tribal citizenship if that's something you're interested in. So definitely make sure to check out nativeblackancestry.com. And here's a quick word from some of my recent clients.
Hi, my name is Frances Tuck, and I contacted Mike from Mike TV on YouTube because I wanted to find out about my family's Native American history that I believed existed. Through the research that I was able to do through Mike TV, I was able to find out that our name is indeed on the registry. I had a consultation with Mike today, and because of his advice and the research that he has done, I am now confident that I'm able to find my family's roots in the Native American History Database. Thank you, Mike.
It annihilates your appliances, wrecks your water heater,
I might
and
have,
costs you
you
time
might have
and
to,
money.
not Mike might have
All
to
right, how
be
y'all
live.
doing? My name's Major Wright. I just got done with my consultation with Mike. If you trying to trace your ancestry, Mike is a good first step to go through. He's gonna break it down to you, all 3 steps to get you what you need. And if you want somebody to maybe do the research for you, you pay that price, and Mike can help you too. But yes, he will fill you up with knowledge that you never knew and give you all the things like those unanswered questions in your head throughout time. Talk to Mike, man. He's a great dude. I believe in Mike.
What are you waiting for, guys? Real people, real results. Make sure to check out nativeblackancestry.com. But without further ado, the next thing that we're going to get into is the Yamasee War of 1715. And guys, I spent a long time on this timeline. I spent a long time connecting the dots so that you guys can just look up these wars, look up these rebellions, look up these plots, look up these conspiracies, and learn that we freed ourselves. It wasn't Abraham Lincoln. It wasn't some myth of a benevolent union, benevolent Northerners. No. We freed ourselves. We've been resisting for centuries. The Yamasee War in 1715, one of the largest indigenous confederations ever assembled. The Yamasee Confederation was made up of Yamasee, Creek, Appalachee, and other Black indigenous warriors, and they all united and nearly annihilated the Carolina colony. For 2 years, the South burned. Afterwards, colonial governments sought revenge, not just in battle, but on paper, systematically reclassifying Native Black Americans as Negro, mulatto, or colored. It was the beginning of what we now know as paper genocide, the bureaucratic erasure of an entire people's identity. Genocide with a pen, if you will. By 1739, that spirit erupted into what is now known as the Stono Rebellion of South Carolina, the largest mainland uprising before the American Revolution. 20 Native Black American men, trained and battle-tested, seized weapons, beat drums of war, and marched south towards freedom in Spanish Florida. As they advanced, they liberated others, torched plantations, and struck fear into the colony's heart. When they were finally cornered, colonial militias executed them with sadistic cruelty, decapitating the fallen and placing their heads on stakes along the road in Charleston. Yeah, you heard that right. When we talk about things like a purge, when you see them fetishize things like a purge in Hollywood medias, our ancestors lived through multiple purge-like events. Decapitated, put our heads on stakes along the road in Charleston. This brutality was meant as a warning, but it became a rallying cry. Stono wasn't an isolated revolt. It was the continuation of Yamasee resistance carried on by their descendants.
I'm not sure if NativeBlackAncestry.com owned by Mike TV, but a lot of y'all been coming on the channel. Big up in Mike TV. Shout out to Destiny. She been bringing up a lot of people been on the channel, so it's probably about 10-15 times I heard this man's name. I looked at one of his videos before and was like, yeah, he own it. But I'm actually going through it. This was an interesting one that showed us pretty much everything that he talking that talk.
And 2 years later, 1741, fear gripped the North once more. You see, a series of fires broke out in New York City, and authorities blamed a vast Native Black American conspiracy that alleged aim to burn the city to the ground. What followed was one of the darkest moments in colonial justice. There were mass arrests, secret trials, forced confessions, and executions. Dozens were hanged. 13 were burned alive, and more than 70 were banished. And this was not justice. It was racial theater, a northern echo of the terror that already ruled the South. Now, when we get into the Revolutionary era, liberty for who, right? While the colonies shouted for liberty from Britain, Native Black Americans were still fighting for freedom on their own ancestral soil. You've got the Cherokee American Wars in 1776. 1776 to 1794, this reflected the last organized indigenous stand against American expansion east of the Mississippi. Even as white revolutionaries claimed to fight tyranny, they marched west to seize indigenous land and enslave indigenous people. By 1800, the revolutionary spirit had transformed into something new, organized, militant, and spiritual. And this is where we get to Gabriel Prosser, a skilled Black indigenous blacksmith from Virginia. He plotted to seize Richmond, hold the governor hostage, and negotiate freedom for his people. He gathered hundreds of conspirators, men and
Shut
women,
up, Brandon.
enslaved and free, bound together by shared ancestry and conviction. A violent storm delayed their march. Betrayal and 26 followers were hanged, but their vision, a sovereign homeland for Native Black Americans, survived him. Now, when you get to the early 1800s, the century's first decades were drenched in rebellion. In 1811, you've got the German Coast Uprising. The German Coast Uprising in Louisiana saw hundreds of Native Black Americans march towards New Orleans, waving banners and chanting freedom songs that echoed Maroon ceremonies. And their goal was not escape, it was revolution. Though it was crushed, their defiance shook the Gulf South. And in 1813, the struggle erupted again, this time among the Creek Red Sticks. Now we're talking about my tribe. We actually had a civil war called the Red Stick War. Part of my tribe got intermarried with Scottish Highlanders that came over here to weasel their way into the elite of our tribe. And they want to get down with European expansionism and assimilate. And then you had the other Creek faction, that just didn't want to go along to get along. You know, they wanted to maintain our indigenous way of life. So,
Pinky, what you talking about? They smoke tree. Not going to watch this dish. What? I know Mike TV. She said I use the mod. They like to talk sheep and smoke tree. What? No shade to Mike TV, but I wouldn't be so willing to hand over money and DNA to complete strangers. Dang, he wants your DNA? That's crazy.
we had something called the Red Stick War. 1813, this literally split families and nations. The Red Sticks were inspired by the pan-indigenous movement of Tecumseh, and it struck a decisive blow at Fort Mims in modern-day Alabama. And when we speak about the massacre of Fort Mims, 1813, Fort Mims massacre of 1813, you know, I don't know if you guys have ever looked into this, but Fort Mims was where hundreds of settlers, militia, and mixed-race Creeks who had sided with the Americans, that's where they were living, in Fort Mims. And on August 30th, 1813, over 700 Red Stick warriors from my tribe surrounded and stormed the fort. When the gates were breached, chaos followed. Gunfire, smoke, and flames filled the compound. By the end of the assault, more than 250 settlers and soldiers lay dead, their bodies burned or mutilated. To this day, historians call it the greatest loss of colonial life on U.S. soil until September 11th, 2001. Yeah, you heard that right. Members of my tribe gave the European settlers such a devastating blow. Historians said it was the worst terror attack until 9/11. Damn. Shout out to the Red Sticks. For the young United States, it was a shockwave. A terror so profound that newspapers across the country screamed of savagery and blood. But for the Red Sticks, it was a message. The colonizers...
Wait, y'all mean to tell me he asking for DNA? He asking for DNA, family? I mean, yeah, look, y'all brought me to homie. It seemed like he's saying some real stuff, though, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it seemed like he telling us some of these wars I recognize, but I'm with you on that, Ames. Well, asking for DNA could be a little tricky. Oh, you never seen him before? Man, everybody been telling me about him. You know, they've been saying, you know, Mike TV, man, Mike TV. Shout out to Destiny. She hit me with Mike TV. Everybody been Mike TV. But that DNA, I'm saying, is that verified that he's asking? Is y'all verifying that he asked for DNA? Because we not sure. I know Ainswell said it, but I'm not. That could be a little suspect. Yeah, with the DNA could be a little suspect. Because right, you don't know what Mike TV is. So y'all, we may be jumping the gun on that. He may not even be asking for DNA. That's something we gonna have to see, but that is a little weird though. You feel me? I'm with you, Ainswell. I want to listen a little bit more of this, and I'm gonna jump into the next topic, man. Don't trust anyone asking for DNA. Salute, Swan. Salute, salute, family. We in the building.
Advance would not go unchallenged. Now, this event turned the Creek War into a war of extermination. Andrew Jackson responded with scorched earth tactics, leading to the slaughter of thousands of Creek people and the seizure of over 20 million acres of land.
I think I heard that dude did say something about DNA. He really wants DNA samples. Nah, Ainswell don't really know. I've been watching. He's never asked for DNA before. Okay, so maybe, you know what I'm saying? Because what's the name was definitely asking, but I'm gonna look into it. I mean, if it ain't no DNA, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to see what I may check him out, see what he got going on. I never heard of him asking for DNA when he has done that. I'm confused. Right, okay, so that could have been just, you know what I'm saying? We could have just been jumping the gun on that one. Let me show y'all this. This is what they talking about right now. Check it out. Let's get it.
With you guys, we were sharing information, and you know what happened? White people started saying all lives matter because they didn't see what was going on. They weren't seeing the bigger picture. And just because, yes, Black people have dealt with this does not mean that it takes away from what's happening right now. Two things can be true at the same time. I don't really understand why some Black Americans are like above all of this and then trying to make it about yourself when this is not about you right now. It's been about you this whole time, but right now it's not about you. And this shouldn't even be a problem between us. We should be working together, not fighting against each other like some of you are in these comments. Right now it's Latinos getting taken. Next thing is going to be Asians. They've already started deporting Asian people. It is not going to stop. And it's not going to stop, especially with this current president. Like I said, we should be working together, not against each other. We have a common enemy.
So I'm going to need all the Mexicans report to the front. All you ones that's always in my comments talking about black and brown unity. Black and brown unity. Oh, where I'm from, black and brown is good unity. We're supposed to have each other backs. We're together. We're here for you guys. Such and such, so on and so forth. I'm going to need y'all to come here. Come here. And for all you copper-colored people that keep saying the same thing too, y'all want to stand out there and protect and defend these motherfuckers, come here. I got something to show y'all. Bring y'all ass the fuck right here. I'm going to need y'all to explain this. We all Are you laughing, monkey? Are you laughing, monkey? Don't touch me. Touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
What's that sister name, man? Put it in the put her name in the chat so we can look her up. I have never heard him asking for DNA. He has always said follow the paperwork. Okay. We're not working on nothing. For real, you ain't gonna have about DNA in no data bank, man. We ain't rocking like that. All right, y'all, he let me.
Yo, man's bling. Yo, man's bling. Yo, man's bling. Yo, man's bling. So black and brown, what now? Y'all want us to do what now with y'all?
What's her name, Ainswell?
Baby, y'all would not. Absolutely the fuck not see us out there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all better pray. Y'all better pray that y'all figure out how to fuck survive against ICE out this bitch. Cause baby, what the fuck y'all really thought? See, and this is the thing. Y'all keep failing to realize there's social media. So there's videos that are gonna prove to us and keep showing us that you motherfuckers be lying through y'all mother teeth. All them lying through their teeth. If they say they with us, it's a lie. This here is a big ass example of how they really feel. And y'all wonder why we ain't out there in the streets risking our lives for you motherfuckers. Y'all might as well pack it the fuck up and head back to Mexico because, baby, we won't be out there. Y'all can kiss our whole ass, bro. All you motherfuckers talking about black and brown unity can suck a hard big one the fuck out of him. Y'all think y'all got y'all one? See, and this is what I make my page for. My page is to keep putting this shit in my people's face so that y'all can remember. I'm not giving y'all a chance to forget how they act. I'm not giving y'all a chance to forget how they feel about us. I want y'all to understand this is why we need to stay the fuck away from these people and let them handle their own motherfucking business. They got it. We're monkeys. We don't know what to do. The only thing we do is swing from trees. So go find somebody who's going to save y'all because it won't be us.
This man breaks down why there would never be black and brown unity. Check it out.
It is impossible for us to come together with black people because we are inherently and culturally racist. Our culture is very anti-black. Meanwhile, we out here marching with signs that say brown and black unity. The truth is that in our household, we tell our sisters, we tell our daughters not to date y'all, to stay away from y'all. And if we find out one of our aunties, one of our sisters, one of our daughters had a kid with one of you, we shame them. We even disown them. It's that we, as a people that have been anti-black for a couple of hundred years since colonialism, we can't possibly try to convince black people about brown and black unity. We can't. It's impossible because we're still very anti-black.
I mean, I'm not surprised. You know who else they don't bring home? Afro-Mexicans, Afro-Latinos, anything black, they not bringing home. That's why you see these Afro-Latinos doing circus tricks and tap dancing to be accepted by these Latinos. I mean, the whole thing is Mihara La Raza. It's a white in the race. Where do you fall into that, right? Then you have blanqueamiento, whitening, more whitening. The whole Latino culture is white-centered. So where do any blackness fall in under that, right? Even if you consider Afro-Latino, you really don't fall into that. So, I mean, we're not surprised, right? I just appreciate that he was being transparent and really broke it down because this is deeply rooted into centuries of ideology, right? You have people browner than black people, black Americans thinking that they're white. Like it's wild out here, right? And I just bring that up because how we view them and how they view themselves is through two totally different lenses. They see themselves as white, even the brown ones. So yeah, he broke it down and I appreciate his transparency. The whole goal of Mihara La Raza is to whiten the race, to extract all the blackness from it, right? Anything that's not Euro features is primitive.
Forget about black and brown. Now, I'm not saying that the Browns, that our brown brethren are in any way disloyal or mean us any harm or that we mean any harm to them. It is what they didn't say that to us. Okay? They didn't run it by us, so we don't have to run anything by them. But let's just call it what it is. There is no black and brown coalition. Just dead that. Okay? And you say, wow, that's you feel some kind of way because we've been hearing that our whole life. But then you have to grow up. You have to be a man. Okay? When they fail to check their individuals that harm us, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. They failed to check these people. Nobody said a word when Trayvon Martin was killed. I didn't hear LULAC didn't put out no statements. We denounced George Zimmerman. No statements from them. No, don't count him among us. Our community looks down upon him. I didn't hear none of that. I don't hear that from them. They still don't. Okay? We always come to the rescue. Foundation Black Americans have always fought to help the underprivileged. We've always done that. We've done the most with the least for too long, and that day is done. Oh. It's time for tangible reparations for our people, okay?
Every time somebody asks the Hispanic community not to say the N-word, y'all get defensive, and start saying the N-word all throughout the comment section and things of that nature. But when somebody start talking about, calling, those people to get y'all removed, you know what I'm saying? Then it's all, you shouldn't say that. Two wrongs don't make a right. No, stop disrespecting black people. It's that fucking simple. I don't never see y'all getting mad and start yelling out saltine. I never seen it. I never see y'all get mad and yell an Asian slur. I never see y'all get mad and do anything other than yell the N-word. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all like to throw, I'm Afro-Latino. Bitch, no, you're not. You just saying F black people. Baby, you know what I'm saying? I seen the videos where the lady in the Dominican Republic was trying to get her baby a black doll, and the mama threw it on the floor and handed her a white doll. We know how y'all parents think. You know what I'm saying? So, no, y'all need to cut the crap.
So, do Latinos align more with blacks or white people? So I seen a video of Rap Replies, and in the video, he was questioning Latinos, basically asking who they align with more. And I think this is a response to Jasmine Crockett's loss in Texas for Senate. And in all honesty, I think he's like a lot of people. Sometimes we fall victim because we read situations or people incorrectly. As a community, we have to get out of the habit of inviting people to the barbecue or giving them a pass on the vibe check for superficial reasons. The better question is, what substance do you bring? The reality is there has never been a black and brown coalition or any coalition involving blacks for that matter. We are on our own and we really should start acting accordingly. So whenever I see something like this, I try to find something that I've read over my years of reading. I'm still reading, but just stuff that I've read in the past that may give you a little bit of context because history is a great teacher. And I found something, and I took this passage from a book called The Wage of Whiteness, which I'm going to read to you right now. And it reads, "There was good reason, environmental and historical, not biological, for comparing African Americans and the Irish. The two groups often lived side by side in the teeming slums of American cities of the 1830s. They both did America's hard work, especially in domestic service and the transportation industry. Both groups were poor and often vilified. Both had experienced oppression and had been wrenched from a homeland. Many northern free blacks who lived alongside Irish Americans not only knew their families had been torn from Africa by the slave trade, but had also themselves experienced a profound loneliness mixed with joy that Frederick Douglass described as the result of escaping north from slavery, leaving loved ones behind. This longing thus characterized both the northern black and Irish American populations, and members of neither group were likely to return home again. For some time, there were strong signs that the Irish might not fully embrace white supremacy. In cities like Worcester and Philadelphia, blacks and Irish lived near each other without significant friction into the early 1830s. They often celebrated and socialized together, swapping musical traditions and dance steps, even as late as the immediate post-Civil War years. Love and sex between black men and Irish women were not uncommon. And in the 1834 anti-black, anti-abolitionist New York City riots, Irish militiamen helped to restore order. In 1842, 70,000 Irish in Ireland signed an anti-slavery address and petition which called for Irish Americans to cling by the abolitionists in seeking not just the end of slavery, but an end to racial discrimination as well. The address advised Irish men and Irish women treat the colored people as your equal and as brethren. Now, my question to you is, when was the last time you seen an Irish man or an Irish woman for that matter? The reality is you don't know because you wouldn't be able to identify them because they are classified as white now. They identify as white also and receive racial preference accordingly. As I've stated before, history is a great teacher, and if you don't know it, you will be doomed to repeat it. Now, back to Latino. Latino, by and large, is usually any group south of America that isn't a majority black country. Latino is not recognized as a race. And whenever you fill out any form that inquires about race or demographic, it usually says Hispanic, black, or non-black. And my question is, who gets to choose that? Whatever the case may be, Latinos or Hispanics or any group for that matter do not come to America to identify with a racially oppressed group, especially if they can overstep you and your oppression and become white someday, which I believe is part of the plan, just like history has shown. And that leads me back to my earlier point. You and I are on our own, and we should start acting accordingly.
Since the 1970s, California, particularly Los Angeles, has seen repeated tension between the Latin and Black American communities, particularly those descended from U.S. slavery, known as freedmen. While mainstream media often frames the Latino and Black communities as natural allies due to shared struggles with poverty and discrimination, historical and grassroots realities tell a more complicated truth. Dating back to the 1950s, The League of United Latin American Citizens, LULAC, the oldest Latino civil rights organization.
Let the Negro fight his own battle. That's what they said. His problems are not mine, and I don't want to ally with him. You get me? Nobody wants to ally with us. The whole world is our descendants, except ones that were created after us, the inorganic folk. For real. Salute, Ainsworth. Many Irish became the slave patrol. For real, bro. They didn't wanna ally with us. So we gotta have that same energy, man. I'm trying to just ally with everybody, you know. But let me show y'all this what's going on right now. Salute, fam. Now, everybody keep talking about this diaspora war, and we know it ain't no diaspora war, family. Why you think? Okay, we back. Yeah, it ain't no diaspora war. They keep talking about it's a diaspora war. There's no diaspora war, family. Why everyone thinks we are struggling with poverty? I don't know, man. Why everyone thinks we are struggling with poverty? That's a good question. But we can't just be aligning with everybody. And this is a reason. I'll show y'all some more proof. Yeah, diaspora war is truth telling. Family, let me show y'all this real quick, man. This is why we delineating and we ain't for trying to just So in this post, they put, ask your Hispanic friends about reparations for foundational Black Americans and see how that goes. We are Black Americans being forced to speak foreign languages for low wages, being locked out of jobs in towns their ancestors created. Salute, man. Jarvis, what's good, family? They only want to be allies with us when it's beneficial to them. Salute. Boy, Jarvis in the building. Salute, man. Stay on code, family. That's all we need. You right. Yeah, all we need, bro, is to stay on code. We don't need nothing else, man. We don't need nothing else. But this how they feel. I'm not gonna say all of them this how they feel. It is something that's, but I'm gonna say a lot of them are already indoctrinated, just like Africa, man. It's sad, but that's just what it is right now. The indoctrination they playing is crazy. It's crazy though. But yeah, man, salute to the family. Everybody in the building. He put it only seems like a war to them because the truth stinging like alcohol after a baldy. Yeah. Salute, family. Y'all know. Yeah, let me I wanted to show y'all this. What's going on right now. Yeah, but y'all see I did that video on 19 keys and he's talking about a diaspora war that I don't know what he's talking about. I don't think people talking and saying stuff back and forth online, you can't even consider that a war. That don't even make sense. I think it's disrespectful to even say that. That's like disrespectful to people that actually inward. You feel me? Priscilla, what's good? The family is in the building. All right, let me show y'all this, man. Shout out to Cali, man. Always showing me that Cali love. What? Hold on, my bad, y'all. All right, let's go. We here.
Elected officials refuse to address the problem. The black elected officials refuse to address the problem. My own congressman refuses to address the problem. And I think the problem is black folks see all minorities as allies. And this is not the case. These people are not here for our common good. They're here for their own good. Where I don't have any ill will towards anybody, I also want to look out for my race. I'm a black American. I've never used a hyphen, but I will refuse to turn my back on my race and see what's going on in South Central to my people and let these people come in here and just take over. I'm not going to sit back and watch it. And I think it's a terrible thing, a horrendous thing for anybody to see this going on and say, well, he's a minority like me, so I won't speak up. I don't care where he comes from. The key to this whole thing is stop the denial, stop the alliances of, in other words, he's a minority like me, so I can't speak up against him. If
we don't care where they come from. He's so true. It ain't about where they come from or what color their skin is, family. that has nothing to do with us. You feel me? Black Polo, what's good, family? I gotta get this. Okay, they got me back in effect, man. They been, what kind of bug they got on me right now? I'm gonna have to reboot everything. But
this was white folks committing these lynchings to us in South Central, what's going on, there would be an outrage in this country. We have had firebombs thrown through windows. We have had people's cars burned in the driveway because they happened to move into the wrong communities. We had a lady who moved to East LA, came to the state from the South, not knowing what East LA was. It was an all Hispanic community. She wasn't there one day. We had another man who was burned out of his house in Torrance last year. We had 5 murders in Hawaiian Gardens just because the people were black. This would not be tolerated if this was white on black crime. But the fact that these people come here, and it's the numbers, sir. It's the numbers. They come here in the numbers. They build up the Hispanic community, and they get this sense of power against us. And there are race riots in the schools every day in Los Angeles. It never makes the media. The black kids are being run out of the schools every day and told to go back to Africa. It never makes the media. We are having people who are being discriminated against on every avenue of society, economic, schools, even in our prisons now. They have drawn lines, and our prisoners in California are being beat and harassed and raped by Hispanic gang members who recently arrived here because of the numbers. My answer to you, sir, would be we don't need any new laws.
Now, he made me think about, what's that dude who got stabbed in the LA? Tory Lanez. Could have been a hit. Think about it like this. They could access just like they had with the KKK, or just like they had with, in history. They could funnel things that they want to do, hate towards us, through somebody like them. I remember this on C-SPAN. I miss C-SPAN. Real deal news in court. Right, people really talking. If we had been listening to him, we wouldn't have a problem now. Yeah. That's why they try to put distractions in our face, family. They always, it's always good to have distractions so people don't see how real it is. But real, but salute to him, man, for being back in the days and standing on the business, because it was a hit. Yeah, it was a hit. They put on Tory Lane, Stu, the Spanish gang. I mean the Mexican gang. So it's like that's the people they going. You feel me? They got allies that they can go through. That's what we ain't looking at the bigger picture, bro. It's very dangerous, especially from the stuff we went through. You feel me? Salute, 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 man. Pinky, our people allowed this, not politicians. We voted for them repeatedly. I don't think it was our people probably didn't understand the severity of it. This is exactly why you come politic with everybody. Yeah. Malcolm said it. The 60s, Terry in the 80s, Dr. Claude said it in the 90s. Now we're here again saying the same thing in 2026. Yeah. I believe it's forces around that too, though. Like Malcolm said it, Terry said it, but it's other forces that they got to kind of like dilute their message. So we know these guys are saying it, but it's something that they're doing to make, they'll probably put somebody else like a Democrat and they're competing with them. So you don't know who, you get what I'm saying? Right, only some of us do now, but that is a form of warfare. You're right, bro. Mm-hmm. I mean, me though, damn, I'm late, fam. You good, Tanil? Oakland in the building. Shout out to Neil Call Dog, man. The town business. Yeah, y'all, but listen, I'm with Terry Anderson though. But I'm not gonna make it seem like it was a war going on. So they heard the higher ups was hearing what these people were saying, and they had to play chess. They had to play chess, but they couldn't. It's definitely gonna be hard for them to keep doing it. Mm-hmm. The politician was already letting them in. Before we knew it, the nation had been flooded with these foreigners. Yeah. Yolanda Coben put, that's why the Black Caucus is supposed to step in and step up, but everybody is about the bag. Yeah. If you have no one to vote for, vote against the worst. Okay. Dang. That's deep. That's deep. Let me pull this up, man. Gotta let our people talk. They talk. Hey, Tanil, you must have been hanging out tonight. Tanil, you normally always on point. What's going on? Tanil was in them streets a Friday night, huh? Let me play this, bro.
So if Indians are us, then who is these people in these pictures? I asked ChatGPT that, and ChatGPT was like, them people staged them photos.
Oh, but wait, it gets even more deeper than that. Of course, before I get started, this is only for educational and academic purposes only. Everything I state in this video is based on historical documents and my own research. Do your own research and use your own discernment. This is not misinformation, it's history through another lens. Like she said, if you want to Google Native Americans, look what shows up. For example, let's just Google the Wampanoag Indians who were part of the Algonquian Nation. Look what comes up. You'll be shown light-skinned, straight hair, aesthetic imagery, often called stock photos. Look, in stock. These were created after many of the melanated tribes were displaced, erased, and reclassified on paper. This is Edward Curtis. He worked from the 1900s all the way up into the 1930s, documenting Native Americans across North America. But here's what they don't tell you. He staged almost every photo, documented it as history. He would go on to make over 40,000 photographs in which are featured in the North American Indian, the largest, longest, and most expensive photographic book series ever attempted. And he worked with people like George Hunt and Upshaw, who was like a translator for these Native Americans. And then if you go on to the bottom, it says Hunt translated, arranged models, and created props while working on Volume 10. Here's another example of his work. But once again, he went on.
Oh, it's raining in California? No.
To produce over 40,000 of these stock photos in a 20-volume series, basically not recording reality, but building one. Do you guys know who this person is? This is J.P. Morgan. Now, I know you're probably wondering, well, what does J.P. Morgan have to do with all this? J.P. Morgan was the primary benefactor and investor of Curtis's monumental photographic project, the North American Indian. Now, if you know what I know about J.P. Morgan, if you know, you know. Anything this guy touched had a hidden agenda behind it. I mean, come on, he backed the Federal Reserve. He literally owned the Titanic. Oh, y'all didn't know? He owned the company called the White Star Line, in which that company built the Titanic. J.P. Morgan owned the White Star Line through his shipping trust, which he formed in 1902 to monopolize Atlantic shipping. While the White Star Line operated as a British company, it was subsidiary of Morgan's American-controlled conglomerate, which directly owned the RMS Titanic. Funny how he was supposed to be one of the passengers on the Titanic, but then suddenly fell ill. But that's a whole nother rabbit hole, so let's reel it back in. So Curtis literally had elite backers for his project. Not only did he have funding from J.P. Morgan, he had backing from Frederick Webb Hodge, who was an American anthropologist and an archaeologist. He was the one who institutionalized it as ethnology. Institutionalize it as ethnology means taking Curtis's work and stamping it with the authority of science, academia, and institutions. So his work would be received as objective truth and not subjective art. So basically giving it the government stamp of approval. And it was also forwarded by President Roosevelt. A forward is like an endorsement from a celebrity. Think of it as if LeBron was to endorse a pair of sneakers and be like, these are the best, y'all would most likely believe him. That's what a forward is. So he was basically telling America to look at these photos as truth and y'all should believe it. So it basically gave his whole project the president's seal of approval. So his project had 3 different backings. Institutional backing from the Bureau of American Ethnology, which Hodge made it science. Presidential backing from Theodore Roosevelt. Elite backing from J.P. Morgan, in which he agreed to fund Curtis's work for 5 years, totaling $75,000. That would equal $2.5 million today, creating 40,000 of these stock photos in a 20-volume series that got published into schools, museums, libraries, that would shape the public perception for generations. Now, I don't believe in too many coincidences. Sounds very coordinated to me, backed by the most powerful institutions and individuals at that time. That's 3 different powers all involved in the same project. Now, why would elites fund his project, build a whole company behind it, and then help push his photos out? Mind you, the publication has been called the most gigantic undertaking since the making of the King James edition of the Bible. The stock photos promoted today are part of a long-term visual replacement campaign so that the real descendants, us melanated ones, will look out of place on their own land. And this is what we call representational genocide. The systematic replacement of authentic, diverse representations of indigenous and local populations with homogenized, commercial-friendly imagery as a documented phenomenon, often described as a form of cultural erasure or the Hollywood Indian stereotype. This process involves replacing the actual, contemporary, and diverse spaces of original peoples with standardized, stereotypical, or AI-generated archetypes. Let's go down to the bottom. It says Hollywood and historical stereotypes. For decades, film and media have relied on a narrow set of stock characters. Stock photo effect, a simple internet image search for Native Americans. Notice how they put quotation marks? Frequently surfaces the same limited, hysterical, or stereotypical imagery rather than realistic, contemporary photos of individuals. Curtis didn't photograph Native peoples. He photographed a fiction, and that fiction was distributed everywhere and taught as truth. And when you erase the image of a people, you erase their claim to their land. Y'all have to understand, this was a whole systematic engine of erasure. I mean, they was coming from all angles, and this is why they was able to keep the lie going for so long. Oh, by the way, these are the real Wampanoag Indians from the Algonquian Nation.
Hold on, somebody in the chat. Yeah, I see them pics, man. Yeah, I know who them people is. Stop acting like that. Quit put as a white man, all I smell in this city is tacos. Why not no oxtails and soul food? What the up? Leaving LA from Montana, baby. In a much better life. You FBA's best of luck getting out of Los Angeles. Salute, quick stop, Dante. Yeah, man. They trying to run us out of LA with the the Mexican. Shout out to Quick Stop Dante. Bro, you got a black name. He said he a white man, bro. You got Dante as a black name, fam. You must be half and half, family. You just going with you going with one side, huh? No, I'm messing with you. Quick Stop Dante. Facts. But look at this, fam. Y'all see how they look? You can't sit here and tell me. Let's do it again. Run
This
that
was a
back.
whole systematic engine of erasure. I mean, they was coming from all angles, and this is why they was able to keep the lie going for so long. Oh, by the way, these are the real Wampanoag Indians from the Algonquian Nation.
Yo, Indians was black, man. All of them $5 Indians that they got over here, family. Man, we got to get them up out of here, man. I went to the museum in Florida, and they got Indians looking like they from the Philippines. They got Indians looking like they from the Philippines. What you say, Montana got fresh hair, fam? Dang. Salute the Quick Stop Dante, man. They be acting like we be having other cultures be riding with FDA for real, man. They be acting like nobody don't ride, you know. Oh man, we got people understand who the real is. But yeah, family, them pictures was crazy. Can't lie, the pictures was crazy. Let me cut that off because they're tripping. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Let's play this, man. We getting the clips about people. I'm finna open up the chat, man, so we can talk our talk. Y'all know how we do. Always put your help with a better understanding of self. Get something in the background real quick. Yeah, I can't do it. Can't do it, family. Yeah, I'm finna open up the chat though, fam. Check out the Dignity Act. The politicians are trying to okay, the Democrats, check out the Dignity Act, fam. What the heck is the Dignity Act? Try to got it. Shout out to y'all, man. I got it. Let's do it. Dang, the Dignity Act. That's crazy. Let's see what they talking about, family. Salute to y'all for this one. I'm trying to figure out what is the Dignity
For
Act.
decades, the presidents have agreed the U.S. must crack down on illegal immigration. You saw Democrat and Republican, right? Now lawmakers are trying to turn that shared goal into policy. At least one is. And hopefully Democrats will flash back and understand they used to agree with this. It's a bipartisan bill known as the Dignity Act. It promises tougher enforcement and worker protections while offering certain undocumented immigrants legal status without citizens if they pass background checks, pay taxes, and stay employed. Supporters are calling it reform, while critics are calling it amnesty. Let's ask the Republican New York Congressman Michael Lawler, who co-sponsored the bill, and Democratic immigration attorney Michael Wilds, who is the immigration attorney of Melania Trump. Welcome to both of you guys. Great to see you. Tell me about the Dignity Act. Expand on it, Congressman Lawler. And is there other Democratic support for this?
Yeah, Brian, this has broad bipartisan support. In fact, this Congress, we have added significantly more co-sponsors than last, because I think folks do recognize that we have a problem. Immigration has not been reformed since 1986, the year I was born. And the fact is, our immigration system is fundamentally broken. President Trump was right to focus on securing the border, and he has effectively done that. We've had 9 straight months of net zero illegal border crossings. He was right to focus on the deportation of criminal aliens. The next step is to actually fix the broken system. This bill is common sense. It says if you've been here more than 5 years, so not the people that came under Joe Biden's disastrous administration, but the people who have been in this country more than 5 years, 10, 15, 20 years, whose children and grandchildren may in fact be American citizens, they would qualify if they have not committed a crime. They pay back taxes, they pay a fine, they have a job, and they do not collect government benefits. They would qualify for a legal status, not citizenship. They would be precluded from citizenship. But this would get people out of the shadows and start to fix the broken system so that we can address some of the major challenges. The fact is, we have over 25 million people in this country undocumented. You're not rounding them all up and kicking them out. The criminals need to go, and the president has been right to focus on that. And the last thing I'd say, Brian, the president exposed many of the Democrats during the State of the Union when they refused to stand for protecting American citizens over illegal immigrants. I want to end sanctuary city policies. Actually having a comprehensive approach here is the best way to do that and force the Democrats' hand, end the sanctuary cities, deport the criminals, secure the border, and fix our
First
class
citizen. Could you get behind this? You spend your life and your family, your dad spent a life in the immigration area. Can you get behind the Dignity Act?
My late father was John Lennon's lawyer, and I had the privilege of representing Mrs. Trump. We're blessed with wonderful people that have come through America's golden doors. It's a step in the right direction. It may not be what Democrats necessarily want, but the conversation of onboarding America's talent is good business. It's very valuable for us not to only stop bad people from coming through the border. I'm a former federal prosecutor myself, but to also onboard foreign students who are paying tuition, and then we compete against them when they go to another country. But to onboard people into the workforce, to fix the broken immigration system. It was President Reagan, a former Democrat, who later in life as a Republican gave 3 million green cards to people in 1986 that could prove they were here unlawfully in 82. We don't have enough beds, handcuffs, and cars to move 25 plus million people out. The question is, are we going to take that golden tool in our toolbox, that very DNA of America, that Lady Liberty portends, that very special thing that our founding documents and parents envisioned, and that is a country made up of people with accents, whether they pray on a Friday, a Saturday, or a Sunday, but will help build America's future together. We're not going to deport them. We need to onboard them properly.
I want you to both weigh in real quick. And Trump feels that way. There's meat packers, there's people in the service industry, farmers who have voted for Trump who said, you can't throw out my workforce. Like it or not, they're the backbone of it. And the president's talking about a long-term work visa, Mike Lawler. But some Republicans cringe at that thought process. But he told me on radio, he's like, I'm thinking about doing something for those industries, for the illegals here who came here illegally, but maybe don't give them citizenship, but give them long-term visas. Could that be something you get behind, Mike Lawler?
Long-term visas? This is getting out of hand, family. Americans are losing jobs right now. We don't want to need more people. Where are they going to work? They're going to take our jobs. That's why they bringing them here. Stop giving them ish for their anchor babies. They won't come and others will leave. Just found this channel. FBA salute. Peace to the beloved. Gone but not forgotten. Peace to our kin folks. Okay, Roach Quan, man. Salute, man. Yeah, we just found the channel. That's what's up, man. My camera, I would have had my camera on, but my camera kind of... Okay, there we go. We back. It's like when I don't play the video, it's like my camera straight. But every time I play the video, it's like my camera... This ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work, family. I'm with you, Niso Swan, for real. What other countries do this? None. See, when you being controlled and ran by another country, they don't mind having other people from other countries that they got connections with to come into your country. That's what it seemed like. That's why we gotta be after them. How they trying to control all the celebrities, man. Salute Roach Quan. But yeah, fam, let me let this... They gonna freeze me up. So when I play the video, right?
Of course, and again, this is what the Dignity Act does. It doesn't give them a pathway to citizenship.
Yep.
It gives them legal status so that they can actually continue working.
Mike Wiles, Congressman Mike Lower, thanks so much. We'll see what happens in the next few weeks because I think the president could be open to it because no one ever thought it was possible to seal the border. He did that, making reform truly something that could get done. Mike Lower, Mike Wiles, great job.
What? Did they do anything with the border? He said they closed the border. Family, we got to support our Black indigenous businesses heavy going forward. I'm telling you, not only we got to support it, we got to make sure we got everything that we need, that everybody is doing. Everybody got to be doing something. You got to be helping us. You got to be working for one of us. You know what I'm saying? We got to put the places, we got to put the all our operations on spotlight, and we got to be pushing our stuff, man. Okay. Okay, Ruach Kwan. Okay. Ruach Kwan. My bad, Hebrew meaning spirit rise. Okay. Salute to you, fam. No, these news networks lie so much on the Republican and the Democrat side. The border ain't secure. That's what I'm saying. Appreciate that, John. Like they do be trying to lie to the people all the time, Jarvis. Republicans and Democrats. Like you can't. It's just the name of the game. Politicians is just liars and con artists, and they get a lot of money. Trump is not going to support that Dignity Act. I mean, he better not. All this he doing is spending and getting these people kicked out. That seemed like a new loophole that they could get to stay here. You feel me? But yellow, fam. Then the whites will suffer. For real. Yeah, man. Jarvis was on point with that. That's all they do is tell us what they want us to hear, you know. That seems like the name of the game on both sides. But we got an FBA brother, man, that's, you know, trying to run. I hope he can get in there and change some things, but these people cutthroat, man. These people are cutthroat, family. Seem like you gotta be cutthroat in them. You know, trying to do the right thing. Good cop, bad cop. Shout out to Tory. He put, imagine how much America has funded illegal immigration. For example, 1960 to 2026, we owe reparations just off that. And you can't add purposely putting illegal drugs and guns in FBA communities across America. Yeah, man. That's crazy. But whites are now having problems due to H-1B1 visas that are allowing these East Indians to take their tech jobs with those lower wages. Family, we should not be having people come into our country. We should be using the people that's here, especially our people. I don't like that these Indians come over here with these H-1B1 visas, family. I don't like that. Yes, black churches are useless. You know, they not, it's not nothing in our community. That's a, you know, they're not doing anything in our community. We need political institutions. We need that right now. Well, we making sure we got jobs. It's like, bro, if you ride in the black neighborhoods, you see in churches everywhere. Why don't we got manufacturing plants? See, the government wants you, they incentivize us to put churches in our communities. Instead of, we need to be having manufacturing plants to where we could be, we know everybody gonna be able to have a job. But everywhere you look, family, church, especially here in Florida. Oh my God, there's so many damn Asians and Indians in tech in Cali. It's crazy. And it's also, it should be illegal, Tennille. That's illegal. We should be having some black people in tech. They should have a law that where it needs to be at least like 50% of Americans, but black Americans in that. Something. They're gatekeeping us out of certain industries. You know what I'm saying? Just like how the celebrities, they do them and make sure they don't be connected to the grassroots. The one thing our churches did was preserve some of the Aboriginal traditions, but you absolutely right. You already know. Wolves. And I ain't even knocking that we have churches. I'm saying it's so much of them. It's like in our black communities, we got so many churches, family. And I'm speaking from the South. In the South, it's like that. It's like you see churches that it's not even being used. The church is not operating, but it's a church here. Then it's right down the street. It's another church. It's like so many churches. It's like, bro, we need manufacturing plants. We need to be able to sustain ourselves. Clone Tyrone, huh? Pinky said, I watched a video the other day. People from India is running the Fortune 500 companies. They are not going to hire. Right, they ain't going to hire us. I was one of very, very few FBA developers on the floor with 120 desks. Yeah, y'all probably had 2 black people with 120. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was in the water treatment industry. Very few, bro. That's why they try to call things black jobs, bro. It's very disrespectful to us. Trying to tell us what kind of jobs we dominate in. But man, we putting together. It's all coming. It's getting more clearer to us right now, and I appreciate it. Like it's getting everybody showing their hand, so I know who I'm dealing with. When I work offshore, they started flooding the market with Mexican and Vietnamese. Okay. Churches and liquor stores. Right. Nothing that's gonna make sure that we got jobs in the future. You feel me? That's what we need. Instead of them, we need to turn churches into manufacturing, where we manufacturing things. I seen a church for sale. I'm riding. I'm like, dang, it's a church for sale? Group economics will be our saving grace. Facts. That's because of Yahshua. E360, what's good, man? 360. Shout out to 360, man. English should be mandatory. Yeah, big facts, man. Big facts. I want to show y'all this though. Now it was some people. I want to know what y'all think about this, because a lot of people is saying when I showed y'all Mike TV. When I showed y'all Mike TV, y'all was like, dang, some of us wasn't even slaves. We was prisoners of war, right? So if we was prisoners of war, check this out. What you think about this? So Kanye he argued that because slavery lasted for such a long period, it implied a form of mental imprisonment. It kind of sounds like the prisoner of war that y'all was saying, rather than just physical force. What y'all got to say about that? The people who believe that, we were just prisoners of war. Yolanda Coleman. Yeah, prisoners of war get reparations. Yeah, I think so. But a lot of people been saying in the chat, man, we had our ancestors was saying things and nobody was doing nothing. So just like he's saying, I'm pretty sure we had a lot of people who was ready to get up out of that mental prison or that prisoner of war. Where would you go? They had slave catchers. Yeah, you're right. We have to start saying captives, not slaves. We fought. Well, Kanye is mentally ill. Yeah, they don't never cancel nobody's anti-black. Kanye was talking about it from a biblical standpoint when Israel made a covenant with the Most High. Cause I keep hearing this prisoner of war, Right, captives. So they saying we was captives and not slaves. I got you. I feel it. So captives still deserve reparations, right? Well, let's check this out, right? Random draw. What's good, family? My God, we in the building. Language is the beginning of the revolution. Prisoner of war is them trying to make it seem like we weren't slaves. At least that's what the Africans wanted to phrase it as. Okay, Mika. That makes sense. We got to emphasize STEM businesses, careers for our youth so that we can stay relevant in the facets of in society. Yeah. So they could give away their claim that we were stolen instead of sold. Right. I get what you're saying now. Like we weren't sold into this by Africans. We were already here. So then it was like we were captive. Okay. I'm with y'all. I'm catching it. Reparations repair. We still require repair no matter what. Okay. All right, Quan. I got you. Yeah, that makes sense. That made perfect sense. So total population, Hispanic resident population. Look at all of these different Spanish populations. And this equals the 56 million. US born is 37 million. Foreign born is 19 million. But we got Mexican, Puerto Rican, Salvadorian, Cuban, Dominican, Guatemalan, Colombian, Honduran, Spaniard, Ecuadorian, everything. Some of us were sold by Africans and some were already here. Presidential Mike. What's good, bro? Some of us were sold by Africans. Okay. But if some of us were sold from Africans and some of us was already here, are you saying those were the same people? Or are you saying those were two different people? You get what I'm saying? It's been raining all day out there in the bay. It's crazy. It don't never rain in Southern. It don't rain in California that much, they say, right? Man, I'll never stop loving my people, y'all. B1 FBA kinfolks. Man, big salute to that, fam. You can't never go against your people. It don't matter what. That's how I'm so disappointed in 19 Keys, fam. Yeah, Jim Crow, the prison industrial yeah, it's a lot. COINTELPRO, you right, y'all. It's a lot. OMV put different people. Right, that's what I'm saying. Mika Hall put is both. American Indians is American Indian is a misnomer. They called themselves natives. Native is an indigenous word. Native American came later. Okay. Mac with the vortex. DJ, what it do, fam? I don't be in the chat like that. I used to, but I be here watching and liking the videos. Salute, man. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, get me on that algorithm. I want to start getting some I'm gonna start having some other, FBA content creators we doing some joint work with. Staying in the fight for our justice, FBA justice. Salute. Yeah. We got to, man. That's why I was so that's why I was so disappointed in 19 Keys, man. For him to just go at us, but he's an agent. A lot of our people that go against us, they get paid to do that, to discredit us. Just like them celebrities and basketball players, they can't link themselves to a grassroots movement. Make sure y'all track y'all ancestry back before they try getting rid of these sites. Okay, Presidential Mike. Who that is? Mike TV? Who that is? Mike TV? Salute, Mike. Let me find out. That's Mike TV, man. Bay Kapoo. He may be from the Bay. He may be from the Bay, man. Where's the proof of a slave ship? But we know about the Mayflower and the Titanic, which is them coming here. Mm-hmm. Salute to Philly, man. Shout the fam from Philly, man. We got Aaron, we got Ainswell. We coast to coast, Mike. We coast to coast. Oh, no, yeah, I see my tweet. Queen G, what's good? Queen G, you got you some rest. I hope you got you some rest, man. Mike TV used to hate on Tyreek. We watching you. No, Mike TV used to hate on Tyreek. West Central Florida. Okay, FBA Justice. Salute. Florida in the building. Florida native here. Born and raised. Salute to my Florida people, man. Queen G, you be having me cracking up. Salute, salute, salute. Yeah, y'all. Listen, y'all, we got to practice on our industries. We got to make sure our industries, a lot of our people are being laid off. People do not want to hire Black people. So it's up to us to make sure that we make these we building things that's beneficial to our people, where we can, generate an income for us. This is so important, y'all, man. FBA Judge, I saw your 19 Keys video. He's still an undercover hater. Yeah, man. Undercover agent. But don't let the Africans off the hook by saying there were no slave ships. Africa has slave dungeons on the coast. They owe us reparations too. Okay. I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. It's the Dignity Act. Let's see about that. Mm-hmm. Shout out to my boy FBA Revolt, man. Somebody commented on my channel talking about he agree with 19 Key. I ain't finna give you no play. But that's crazy. Well, yeah, family, I want to start doing more with the FBA content creators. Having them come on. We having some questions, having a dialogue. So I'm gonna probably start. I'm gonna definitely start working on that. Y'all look out for that. Shout out FBA Revolt, man. Goddess Perspective. I've been reaching out to her. I want to get her on. She always watching the content, but just get an alliance. I want to get like a good. I'm gonna be reaching out to some FBA content creators just so we can get a good get something good building. Why we have to build industries for us to be employed? Immigrants do build. They get in a business, then hire their own. Why can't our people do that? I ain't gonna say build the industries, but we've been in industries. We have been in enough industries, right? This is why we have to be able to build our own, because we can't be just stuck in other companies, you know what I'm saying, to when they get tired of us. When we in a company, when we doing something, we got to be understanding what's going on so we can start something and have our people in place, because we're not wanted, you know what I'm saying? We done had Black Wall Street in successful towns. So it's like Ain't nobody trying to let us infiltrate and take stuff over. We have to take it. We got to take information and build our own. So at least we know who to spend our money with. We got almost $2 trillion of spending power per year. We got to capitalize on that. It's getting to where it's now or never. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got to talk about the bank, man. We got a black-owned bank too. We got to start linking this stuff together. It's getting so serious. You know what I'm saying? That it's very serious that we need to start practicing group economics. We need to be all coming together and buying pieces of land. Like, I want to get 1,000 people. I got 12,000 subscribers. I want to get at least 100 people to say, hey, let's put up $500 and let's buy this piece of land over here. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody got a little piece or whatever. Like, I want to start doing stuff that's like boom, boom, even if we sitting on it. But we got to start fast. We already behind the 8 ball, family. The foreigners can do that because they have the backing of the government. Exactly, y'all. We don't have the backing. That's what Tariq have been trying to explain. We are in nation between Africans, Europeans, and copper-colored Aboriginals. Only about 4% of Africans was brought to North America. That's what I'm saying. It's not a lot of people that was here that really came from that land, man. At some point in time, they did start bringing them in, but they should not be in position to fire any of us. We messed up helping them. Yeah, but we've been working in these industries, in these plants that where we know the information. We know how these people move. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was when I was in the industry. I've been 12 years. 2014, 12 years in the water. But we got to take the information and don't be scared to jump out and get into a field where no black people is in. It's disrespectful for us to have, like, you know what I'm saying, industries where it's none of us in it. Everybody want to be rappers, basketball players, and NBA players. We can't do that, fam. We need to separate. We need to spread out into all fields that we're not in. And then we need to get in there and just lock us down, our money. What will we do on that land? That's something that we're gonna vote on. You know, either we're gonna get our FBA living spaces down, we're gonna build a manufacturing center, we're gonna build a community, something. We just gotta just start moving, bro. We can't just be stagnant. I don't like us being stagnant and just not doing nothing. Just give me a good 100 people, man. Got $500. What's that? You know what I'm saying? That's about 5,000. No, that's 50. Put that land to profit us. That's what I'm saying. If we get 100 people, y'all, $500. Let's say it's 50,000. I'm pretty sure somewhere you could probably get in Florida. It's like you can get 20,000. It's like an acre. You know what I'm saying? So I done seen for 50,000. I done seen like 5 acres, 6 acres. I mean, it doesn't matter where, but we got to practice on getting our spaces, fam. Yeah. I'm actually trying to record. I'm going on trial with the IRS and I want to record that. They ain't send me a court date, but I'm on that no taxation without representation. It's like, I want to record that. You know, they ain't send me a time, but they've been talking about, oh yeah, you got it. But I'm like, we don't need to be paying nothing. 500 times 500 is 250,000. You see how we can really be, you know what I'm saying? But listen, my point is, I'm down for whatever. I already know you down, Black Magic. I'm trying to put it together. Y'all listen. Please stay tapped in with me because I'm about bringing my people together and doing big moves. That's the most important thing to me, family. Because, you know, I'm right now, I'm thinking about my kids' kids. So we need to make sure they're good. We need to make sure they got a good foundation and where they can, you know what I'm saying, do what they want to do. And we need to put 500 people together. $500 is 250,000. We can buy something and build something with that. You feel me? So I'm willing to just throw 500 away. I wouldn't give a damn. I wouldn't mind just giving away 500 and knowing that we got something. And I do it every month. 250. We just building up on stuff. Next thing you know, we done put out $1 million in 4 months and we got property. We got enough stuff that we can do. I'm going to get some information for you and add what you might already have because that's an important foundation, especially when a huge part of it is country supposedly was established. Yeah. Bro, I done wasted $500 on stuff that was, you know what I'm saying, didn't do anything, family. So I don't mind wasting $500 and I know that we got something and it's stuck there. So that's why I don't want to hear these people who coming in talking about something. Oh man, who gonna be in control of the money? Anybody that's talking about and they got some fear with doing business with your people, I don't want to hear it, fam. I don't want to hear it. I don't even want to deal with that. I'd rather just lose money rather than me having somebody trying to put stuff in my head to not deal with my people. So please, y'all, I'm not the one, bro. Don't even tell me, oh, but we can't trust this. I don't want to hear that, bro, because I trust. I'm ready to make a move, not trying to find ways why not to trust people. You feel me? So don't bring that. I'm gonna have that's gonna be a PSA that I'm telling everybody. Don't bring your negative thoughts into this, man, and trying to make it sink. No, we ain't trying to do that. If I gotta be right there the head and we doing it, that's good. I'll be able to take it, but I don't want that in my. I don't like people doing that to me. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. But it's some people, you will be trying to bring money together and do things, and they'll be like, oh man, you know how people are. Like, bro, it's cultures and people sticking together and they ain't even on that. They understand this is we got to be for the collective. And it's like that mindset, it just holds us back so much, fam. I would have been did something with 100, 200 people. You know, I always was that type to try to bring people together, but it's people that got this in their mind and they block us from practicing group economics. We got people who move like 19 keys. Oh no, big facts, man. They're not gonna be like, listen, this is why I'm saying I'm willing to put $500 down and we get something, but nobody should be. I don't think we're gonna have that problem, especially with me. I ain't gonna have that problem with nobody trying to steal anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like that's gonna be a problem, fam. But people do put that in your head and it makes you not even want to deal with certain people. You know what I mean? Like, you know what? It gives you this individual mindset because you always got to worry about thinking that somebody's going to rob you because they market that. You know what I'm saying? What I've started to understand is for the people who think like that, just nod and then say, I hear you, and keep it pushing with the people who are willing to be a part of it. You're right. That's all I'm on right now. I want to deal with people who trust, you know what I'm saying? Got enough trust to know that I care. I care about us. I care about our kids. So it's like stealing money from our kids is just not even an option, bro. And a lot of people is like that. They want to see us have something. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors put things in place, clinics, hospitals, airports. You feel me? I wouldn't give a damn if I had to spend money so we got something, bro. I wouldn't give a damn. Yeah, we got to get past that, family. We got to get past that. That's what I'm saying, man. We gonna get past it though on this. Listen, dealing with me, we gonna get past it. I can't have us go down that rabbit hole. We need land next to water, river, ocean. The government ain't going for it. And that's what I think it be. It do be the government probably be seeing people coming together and they might pay somebody to steal and just mess up the whole movement. If the paperwork is written right, then no one can be, let me see what you put. No one can be bamboozled. That's what I'm gonna work on, fam. I'm gonna work on the paperwork, everything. So I want everybody to feel confident so we can keep going. I just want that small group and we can keep going. You know what I mean? But 500 is a big group. Group economics or perish. What is it? Right. It's group economics, fam. Jesse, what's good, fam? I never met anybody in this chat about it. Yeah, but they gotta pay us, but we gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta start putting this money together with good use and spending with us, you know. Shout out to Jesse though, man. Well, yeah, family. That's how I'm on it right now, man. Shout out to Black Magic too, because he the one was really, you know, that group economic. I remember us having that we was having a back and forth, and he kept saying group economics, and I was just with it. I know that's important.
It's being held and talking about expressions of slavery, and you don't even have any Black aldermen there. Now, it's not your fault. It's a testimony of just how sorry and pathetic the Black aldermen are in City Hall, which has allowed you all to do all type of things that you all shouldn't be allowed to do. Mm-hmm. But the fact of the matter is the fact that you have Africans in here today.
Salute, call dog, but we got to make it to where, you know what I'm saying? Right. It's not even going to be accessible for us to, we got a good group of board. Like, I like how we set up now, man, with, we got Call Dog, we got Queen G, Lotus Top. We got a people that we can have a board. You know what I'm saying? People trusting the channel, trusting the movement that I'm making. So it's like, okay, we got the top, but we got a board of people that where it's like it's bulletproof. Ain't no stealing, family. Right. Come up off that casino money. The civilized tribes owe us too. Okay. Yeah. For real.
Talking about expressions of slavery. Slavery in America happened to us, Black Americans, not them. In fact, the Africans of today don't even associate themselves with Black Americans.
True on that. Yeah, y'all was like legal action for real. This FBA term woke up the spirit in all the descendants of American slavery. I think we are more conscious of what we need to do. Renaissance woman, you good? You good? We glad you in the building, though. Yeah, this did wake us up. Yeah, no COINTELPRO, because that's what I'm more worried about than my own people, bro. Like the people that I connected with, bro, since I got on this YouTube and been standing, I feel like they care. They want to move. You know what I'm saying? Stealing, I think, is a government operation thing to try to tear down things that we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the days, our people bought Just to get Black Wall Street started, a man bought 40 acres and said, listen, bro, only sell this land to your people. It's like he didn't have to join, but look at what Tariq Nasheed is doing, y'all. Tariq Nasheed is having he's having funds. He's having people all come together and he's producing documentaries. We need to start. I'm finna start. We're gonna get into that to where we having group funds to fund things that's necessary for us, fam. Yeah, we got to invest with our money. Everybody got to eat. So we got to make sure that we keep putting this stuff out. Cause trust me, bro, if I was like that, I would be like, you know what? I'm gonna just do it for my people anyway. Boom. This us, y'all. Just like they did with Black Wall Street. That man bought them 40 acres and he gave the plan. Hey, look, bro, we got these 40 acres. We only gonna put us here. We're gonna build something here. And that's how Black Wall Street came. You feel me? But I'm saying we can fund that. I think it was like 40 acres that he first purchased. And I know they made more and stuff like that, but business my pleasure. Salute, fam. Why can't we buy an empty town? There are plenty of them in America. Man, listen. You so right, Pinky. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna start that on my channel because I know we got I know I got 12,000. So I know we got 1,000 people for sure. That's solid. You know what I'm saying? Solid. They about this and growing the family. And if we can do something every month and focus on building us back up, that'll be like everything to me. You feel me? Let me turn my camera on, y'all. It be freezing up on me, man. They done put a bug on my phone, on my internet. We could buy a house and renovate it and sell it. That too. That too. No, explain to us. Let me put this in here so y'all can talk y'all talk. My bad. I apologize, y'all. I think every month I want to have it to where I want to have a goal for us to buy like what we want. We do it. We do exactly what Tariq Nasheed doing. Hey, we trying to do this. It's gonna cost us $250,000 to have a manufacturing whatever we want, and we just keep growing it. You know what I'm saying? We keep growing it, keep growing it, keep growing it. Purchase it, handle the business, and move on to the next one. All right, y'all. We making a hospital. We making clinics. It's like we just gotta keep funding our own stuff. But yes. But this might be the most on code we've been since civil rights. It's a collective identity. Gay, straight, Democrat, Republican, old, young, all FBA. I need them to be putting that FBA first, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a lot of brothers that's, you know, saying they this, saying they that before they, you know what I'm saying, can say they from the lineage. I haven't watched. Yeah. That's why it's a good time to be, you know, everybody coming together. That's why it's a good time to be doing this, man. So we gonna put it together on my channel, and I'm gonna try to reach out to my all of my subscribers, you know, because it's a lot of people that's been hitting me like, bruh, we got to do this group economics. They've been saying it. I've been running across it with the chats and everything. I know we got a good 1,000, 2,000 people that's, you know, ready to make moves. Salute. I already know, Nito Swan. I know, man, a lot of people in my Discord, I know they solid, you know? So I just want to come up with what we going to do that's going to make sure we got jobs and make sure we got resources. Like that's what we really got to come up with. Like what's the best thing for us to pull together and do that's going to be best for the collective? You know what I'm saying? Is it getting a manufacturing center? Is it getting worrying about housing, making sure we got cheaper, you know what I'm saying, housing so everybody cannot be ran out. Salute, family.
Salute, Water God. Appreciate
What's
you.
good? What's good, bro?
We now, like I said, them civilized tribes, they owe reparations too.
Okay.
I got some land out here in Colorado too.
That's where you calling from, Colorado?
Yep.
Salute, family.
So I mean, if we can put our economics together, that's what Dr. Claude Anderson's been stressing for decades. Group economics, practicing group economics. Then we can buy a politician to do our bidding. Then we can buy the court systems and the media companies and all that to push our narrative and our message. So there's levels to this. We got to start with group economics.
For real. And listen, I got a Discord and I want us to start discussing this, guys. We got to start discussing our group economic plays because it's getting to a point that we're wasting time. We're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. And I think every month something should be built. We should be focusing on something. You know what I mean? Projects, even multiple at one time. So
right. We can walk and chew bubble gum at the same time.
At the same time, man. So yeah, time to construct. So man, what you born and raised in Colorado, family?
Yes, sir.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. How far is the Grand Canyon away from you?
A state over.
A state over. So hours, more than 10 hours or less?
I said about 8 to 10 hours, yeah.
8 to 10 hours. Have you been before?
Nah, the closest I've been to the Grand Canyon was Hoover Dam. Because we got the Colorado River. The Colorado River is what starts the Grand Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
So the closest I've been is like Boulder City, just outside of Las Vegas, where Hoover Dam is.
Mm-hmm.
In Utah. Because the Grand Canyon is in Arizona. So I've been to Kingman, Arizona. I've been to Flagstaff. But I haven't been to the Grand Canyon per se yet.
Got you. I mean, coming from that area, though, you 10 hours away. Any stories you heard about the Grand Canyon? Anybody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I know about that. I heard about that Temple of Isis out there. Rumor has it there's a portal that's supposed to connect to Kemet. That's why they call it the Temple of Isis. And then they say the Pueblos have built their homes over there, but when you look at them cave paintings on them walls, them look like black melanated people, like Folsom people. Dr. Claude Anderson said the original inhabitants of this land were the Folsom people. That's why you got Folsom Prison, Folsom cities, all over in the West, in California, Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico. So we ordered the four corners. So we got Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, and Utah. I've been to all four of those states.
Dang, yeah, man. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I mean, I've been to Vegas before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never been to AZ though.
Yeah, it's like right across the street.
Yeah.
Like if you go down 93, it'll take you straight into Arizona, Kingman, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Salute. That you catch the 40 over there. Like if you're trying to get to Cali or Oklahoma City.
Got you, fam. So how long you been rocking with the channel? When you found the channel?
I just found your channel like maybe a month ago. My boy Cool Reality, whose birthday's today, he's the one that put me on you. He's like, you should check out Water God because I do content too, like I said, on Red Supremes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got a YouTube channel too, Frontline Black News.
Frontline. Okay, Frontline. This Jesse, huh?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay, salute. I'm like, bro, I know about Frontline. I'm like, okay, yeah, bro. I'm trying to I'm trying to link all the. Just trying to have stuff with like a creator, kind of like a creator, kind of like a creator club. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to work on something so we can our creators. We know that we want to market and make business market with them. So I'm working on something like that.
You do the water filtration. That's what's up. We need more of that because this
Yeah,
water.
man. You in Colorado, right? Y'all water is yeah, but Colorado water.
Our water's not too bad, but like Aurora's water's real bad. Like Denver's water's not too bad because we get it straight from Lake Dillon. But
Right.
They get theirs from the reservoir, and that stuff is trash.
Yeah. Reservoirs is always trash, man. Yeah, but water getting worse and worse, man. So it's like it's crazy. So much people coming into America.
Right. And then we in a drought too, so that's not helping either.
At all, man. At all. How long you had your channel, family?
I've had my channel for about 6 years.
Okay, you've been dropping content for 6 years?
Yep. Started off on Facebook Messenger actually, and then I moved to YouTube about end of 2020, 2021, because I was on another platform prior to that on YouTube. We had a falling out or whatever, so I started my own shit, Frontline Black Men.
Yeah, bro, that's a raw name you got, man.
Yeah, on the front line. I mean, we definitely is on the front line out here. It's not too many of us that's codified and B1 FDA in it out here. It's a lot of raccoons and Democratic shills.
For real.
And pan goofies. Can't forget the pan goofies too.
Straight up, man. We always giving it to them. Yeah, I want to show y'all some land prices in North Carolina. Y'all brought that up. So
oh yeah.
See what we got out there in North Carolina.
We can buy land because they keep trying to pay us off with land. It's like we can buy land with our reparations. Like there's all kinds of land for sale all over this country.
Yes, a lot of land in North Carolina. You know what I mean? North Carolina is a good the Carolinas in general, but
that's where my ancestral homeland is the Carolinas and Virginia.
Okay. So they got 10 acres, y'all, for 24,000. That's a good deal right there. Oh, it look like it's in the middle of nowhere though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that don't look like we can I mean, it just don't look like nothing's around. Like I don't know. What you think? I would at least want to be around the city. You know what I'm saying?
It look like it's over there in the Appalachians.
Oh, okay, yeah. But that was the 10 acres for 10,000 is that's crazy. That's like 2,400. You couldn't get that in Florida. Florida, you ain't getting an acre for no less than 25,000, fam.
Yeah, I believe it. I've been to Florida. Yeah, it's expensive.
It's expensive, man. But yeah, let me read the chat, man. I don't see the chat, y'all. My bad.
Okay.
A lot of tethers moving to the Carolinas.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, what you mean? That's not a good spot. Yeah, it does take some getting used to. That's why we have to make our own dirty air.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. Most deaf. But yeah, fam. Damn, my thing done froze up on me already.
Oh no, StreamYard acting up again.
Man, I gotta reboot. I gotta clean my they done put a bug. They put a bug on my internet and on my phone. I got on my business line. They got it's some people calling my line and they just calling saying, can we activate this? It's like some kind of spam, but it's like they calling so much. You feel me? Damn, what that is?
Right. It's me.
Oh, okay. Dang, how you did that, family?
I'm on the vertical and horizontal.
Got you. Okay.
I see some people in here that be in my chat. I see Cow Dog in here. I see Pinky Wells in here. I see First Class Citizen.
Salute, man.
Y'all rules. Fresh always.
Yeah.
All fam in here. That's what's up.
Yeah, I guess. Man. Okay, so
Oh, I seen your 19 Keys video too. That was dope. Oh boy, walking back what he said.
big facts, man. He was walking back, man. You know, Oakland I got to him.
Mm-hmm. Out to the town.
The town. I want to visit Oakland, man. Oakland got so much history and heritage, man.
You got to go to Defensory Park too when you go. I've been to Oakland, twice. It was cracking out there, but they gentrifying out there too.
Heavy, huh? I be hearing that a lot, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all the areas where we used to mainly populate is being gentrified. Like here in Denver, like the east side, 5 Points, where I'm at, was historical.
Mhm.
They used to call it the Harlem of the West. It's where all the jazz greats used to play when they came to Denver because we were a red line to this area. And they've been gentrifying the hell out of it. I don't even recognize it no more.
That's crazy, fam.
And they got and then to make matters where they got a damn tether as a councilman. So I'm thinking about challenging him for his spot because I'm in politics. I ran for office like 3 times. I'm thinking about challenging. Mm-hmm.
In Oakland?
In Denver.
In Denver, okay.
Yeah. We got a damn tether representing the district, and we can't have that.
Big facts, man. Big facts.
So I'm either going to challenge him for his seat, or I'm going to run for House of District 8. Or I could run for mayor again. I ran for mayor in 2023 on a Black First agenda.
How did it go, man, when you ran? Like, how was it, bro? Explain that to him.
And the first time I ran, it was cool. I got like 15,000 votes with no money. When I ran for city council at large, when I ran the second time, the bastards kept me from getting on the ballot. Because I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent. So,
right. So you feel like it's hard to get in as an independent?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I got a whole party called the Unity Party. So if I run for state office, I'm guaranteed ballot access. But when I ran for the city, them bastards, they went out their way to keep me from getting on the ballot.
Damn.
They let my nemesis get on the ballot before me. They had us both curing because, you know, they got to cure your petitions and stuff. They had for like 2 weeks. And they let my nemesis on, and they didn't let me on. So when that happened, it was a wrap. Plus, I had a death in the family, so it was a lot of stuff that was going on at that time.
Yeah, bro, that's hard to deal with, man. Salute to you for that, family. I already know. Yeah, man. But
Get the Fillmore like that too. Yep, you're right, Cow Dog. Yep, I was in the Fillmore district. I didn't even recognize it either. Yeah, no. Denver got a Caucasoid mayor. We got a Nabisco for mayor. They let the white boy become the mayor, Mike Johnston. That's the one that said he was down to get arrested for the illegals, and then he stole my idea about housing people because I was unhoused. So I was an advocate for the unhoused out here, and he stole my idea about housing people out here. He came up with this house 1,000, and then the money got was misallocated, all that stuff, and then we had 50,000 Venezuelans move here the past 3 years. They bankrupted our healthcare system, bankrupted our education system, like the same stuff that Chicago Flips Red talk about. Going through in Denver.
That makes sense. Let me read this from Zaza. Zaza put, you have to think about the diversity within FBA. Some of us like hiking, living close to the nature. We need to create resorts for FBA to vacation with family and connect with other FBA. That's what I was saying. Look, Zaza, this is what we came up with. We wanted to have 10 people, right?
Hey, Khadijah. I know Khadijah. Hey, Khadijah.
10 people. Okay, we got another Denver native. So look, we wanted to have like 10 people, and the 10 people we want to have to where we got like a mini, like a kind of like a container home complex where like 10 of them is on there. And it's kind of where like we can, we can come. It's kind of like where we can stay, vacate, travel. So I was thinking we could have our own little container home.
Yeah.
Instead of hotels. You feel me? Instead of we having hotels, we got our own little.
We have container homes.
Yeah.
Route. And they're cheap. You can get a big like 2 racks.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's really, bro. I got one in Florida. They got one right by my house. They selling them containers for $13.99, $1,400, fam. A 40 foot. Matter of fact, man, listen, we can grab them. So that was my idea, but I'm saying we could do that with like, you know what I mean? That could probably be like 100, 150,000. We make a build 10 of them, you know? 200.
Yeah, they took over all. That was mainly in Aurora, First Class Citizen. They took over all these apartment complexes. The Venezuelans, it was everywhere. Like you couldn't go nowhere without seeing the mugs.
Yeah, Zaza, that's a good one. But everybody can have their own little place, and we really using it for generating income for everybody. Like everybody I have, and we ain't trying to tax our people, but we just want to have a space that where we could travel and we could spend the money with us. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, that's your sister. Okay. I know your sister then. Shout out to her.
Oh, what you put? Khadijah is my sis. Or put modular homes on some beachfront properties, rent them out. Same thing, kind of the same thing.
Yeah, they are down there bulletproof, cow dog.
That steel, huh? You couldn't shoot through them things, for real.
Right. And then we fenced off the land too. We had to put some barbed wire fencing up.
Right. Yeah. For real, man.
Yeah, because them caucasoids was coming over like, what are y'all doing? Like, this is our land. Like, what the hell y'all doing over here? Like, keep them Nabiscos out. Because we had a town called Deerfield, Colorado out here. We went out there. It was an all-black town, right, in the 1900s. And they said the Dust Bowl wiped it out. But right next door to it, there's a sundown town called Greeley, Colorado. And the Nabiscos just come down and try to harass the black people in that town.
Right.
So they ended up turning it into a landmark. And it used to be 1,000 acres. It's down to like 150 acres now.
That's crazy. That's crazy, family. But yeah, man. I bet just goes to show. So yeah, Jesse, you in the Discord.
Yeah, I had it on my tablet. I haven't been on it in a while.
That's cool. Man, look, it ain't nothing, but I just want us to be able to I want to make some moves with the family, man. Like I just want to put it together. So I know I got Queen G, man. She just been helping me with a lot of research, but I'm gonna be coming up with something that I want to do a poll. So y'all be looking out for I'm gonna have to do it on YouTube, but I'm gonna probably try to code it up. You feel me? So it's not like people don't think we're trying to do it, but I'm gonna just like put a poll on my YouTube page, like, and it's gonna be saying which one should we jump into. That's basically what,
Right.
What should we do with the land? Yeah. Man. The land sanction.
Land is only as good as what you can do with it. Like
Right.
You got to cultivate the land. You got to build. You got to be able to build on the land. We don't want to have a Bruce's Beach situation where you got the land. Oh yeah, I was gonna cover that on my show too, Khadijah. Yeah, they messing with the Maoris heavy. They just did a drive-by on them. Now the Biscos, they're making me sick. We got a black family that got a, a ranch out in El Paso County, and they've been getting harassed for years.
Right.
As far as I know, one of my partners is doing security for him. Cow Dog, Brothers Against Racist Cops. They got some security out there. They got some brothers and sisters that got straps that's looking out for them. But them Nabiscos, they just keep harassing them. This is like the 4th or 5th time they done did something. They was poisoning their animals, spray painting, go home ends and all that crazy stuff. And it's like, no, this is their land. They own this land, and y'all harassing them black farmers. They need to stop.
Got you. But
And then they got the tether mayor out there in Colorado Springs in the same county where this is at. That tether ain't doing nothing. They got a damn African tether as the mayor. He actually staged a cross burning. He had somebody stage a cross burning on his sign. Try to make me feel sorry because he's the first non-Republican that's the mayor out there.
Reed Pink, salute to you for being a member. I appreciate you, sweetheart. You always tapping in, man, supporting. That's love. For real.
Yeah, I met the Mallories. They cool people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're real cool. They're a real cool black family of farmers.
You see, that's why you can't be out there by yourself, huh? Dang, for real.
Some black people in Colorado Springs, where they at, they out in the country. So it's like fewer, if any, of us out there. And when you get outside the major metropolitan areas, it ain't too many of us out there.
Got you, my guy. Got you. But yeah, man, y'all listen. We gonna be on this land stuff, man. That's on everything. I gotta make sure. I'd rather waste money doing something than just sitting and staying stagnant. You feel me? Just that we got a piece of land. So I appreciate everybody, man, having this advice and coming together. It's so important for us to come together, man.
Yes.
It's so important, man. But
come together for a constructive result, like Nelly Fuller said.
Yeah, man.
Coming together for a constructive result. And
that's the only thing that's gonna like fulfill me. You know what I'm saying? Anything else, fam, it's not going. I ain't gonna really get no satisfaction unless we're doing stuff like this and I'm working to something like this. It's like I feel like I ain't doing nothing. You get what I mean?
Yeah, you already know first class citizen knows them Democrats with their bullshit, staging their phony theatrics.
Big facts. So as I put, yes, for real. So yeah, family, man. Shoot, y'all know how we do though. We always coming together doing something, man. But we back at it, man. We back at it. Sunday, man. We're gonna do another live, but I am gonna be giving out some information tomorrow. I'm gonna get with Queen G and everybody who in the Discord. Trail Jackson, what's good, my guy? I got a link with my guy, man.
I usually miss your lives because either I'm live or I'm busy, but I'll try to catch more of your lives.
For real, bro. That's cool. I mean, definitely, bro, because I want to I don't mind doing work with my people, man. So it's like, you need to do something where you can bring me on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have something where you like, okay, I got TV on and I can run it on the channel.
We used to go on Saturdays through like Monday. Then we got Shabaka.
You gotta do one pre-recorded with me. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah,
live is good too. Live ain't bad because it's like live. You ain't gotta worry. You in and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. That's cool too, fam. But
we're 2 hours behind you, so we'll have to
schedule. You almost at Cali time.
Yeah, mountain time, close enough. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, man, I'm trying to bring all our content creators together, man. I got some guys. I'm trying to do something with small businesses, even with my business. I want to get me some content creators that they're telling the audience about my water, you know what I'm saying, about what they could do with the water. And I think everybody business, we need to start linking with the creators, because Black creators don't get they don't get the sponsors that other creators get. You feel me?
Right.
And I don't like that, fam. I don't like that.
I don't like it either. I promote as much stuff as I can. Like I promote Black Truth United's B1 Rolodex.
Yes, I do too, fam. I appreciate. I'm on there. I'm on there.
On there too.
You on there too?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah, Trev, I'm with you. I like pre-recorded too because I can put it together. Like this live, I kind of just have some stories, and I really want to talk with y'all. And you know what I'm saying? Go back and forth. But pre-recorded is like I can really put my creativeness, you know what I'm saying, together, and everybody can see it. But I'm with you on that, though, Trail. But both of them is good because I like to rap with the people, What up, though? Tony Red.
We got Detroit in the house.
Detroit in the building, man. People don't know, man. We got FBA standing on business all over the world right now. For real. I got a partner out there in UK that I grew up with in the sandbox. You know what I'm saying? He moved to UK. He been in UK for like 10 years.
Okay.
But he out there standing on FBA business. So it's like, dang.
That's definitely what's up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, family, man, we're going to be on here for another 15, 20. If y'all want to call in, tell us something real quick. Black creators don't get algorithms at all. Yeah.
No, they shadow ban us. They send out our notifications late. Strike us for the dumbest stuff.
For real. But you can't never quit, family. Like, I be listening to people who be talking about stuff of what they would have did with their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Like from what they know now. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like from what I know now, fam, I would have been totally different if I would have started. You know what I'm saying? From what I know. So I listen to a lot of people that's saying that.
Right. I think it's gonna blow up like
I was trash. Yeah.
When I started YouTube was back in 2012.
Right.
And back then you can only do like 15-minute videos. And I was doing activism work. Like when Trayvon Martin got killed, I was filming the protests about that. And then Mike Brown and Sandra Bland and Freddie Gray. That's how I started my YouTube channel. And then, like I said, I clicked up with a group of brothers that I was cool with at the time. And we started our own show out here. We was like the first Black platform out here because we got a Roly Poly Martin out here named
damn
dude straight up Democratic shield, and he tried to have a monopoly on the media out here. So it was like, look, we gonna counteract what he talking about.
Oh, he definitely got a monopoly on the media, man. Hold on, we got Tony Red. Tony Red, man, what's good, fam?
What's going on, family? How y'all doing tonight?
Man, we just vibing with the family, man. You know how we do.
Ain't it, man? Hey, I seen I'm actually at work. I'm on my lunch break. I got 45 minutes though. But I was looking in today, man. I appreciate you putting that information out there about the Indians and the Negroes tying us together. I really appreciate that, bro. For real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My audio ain't too bad, is it?
No, you good.
So what information you talking about though, Tony Red? I mean, early in this video, you mean?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Just the
Yeah.
basis of it. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I really do. Cause I'm just trying to, like me, man. That's what I'm on. That lineage shit like that, whether it's FBA or cause we all the same. You feel me? We just trying to figure out exactly what we need to do so we can make the best moves for our people. But the first thing is always knowing who you is. So hopefully for the new people that's in here listening to you that ain't never really thought nothing other, maybe now they can kind of be looking at it like, well, hold on, well, let me check my genealogy and see what's going on in there, because it's a lot going on in there. Land allotments, just to even find out that your people, when they, we learned about the Trail of Tears in school. We learned about that. What we didn't learn was that was our black asses moving too.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? So, I just had to come in and say I appreciate that, brother. I really do.
Salute, bro. For real. I appreciate y'all, man, for just joining in, because that's a lot, man. Just y'all coming in, and I get a lot of information. A lot of people put a lot of information out. So I appreciate y'all for, man, tuning in. It makes a difference, family.
Yes.
Yeah, hey, I'm locked in with you, my boy. I'm locked in
For
with
real. I already know, man. I put you in the video, man. Everybody be like, man, I rock with that brother, man, who was talking to the old head, man. Y'all don't know when y'all be calling in, man, and I be putting y'all on there. It's like people be connecting with y'all just from that, just from y'all calling and talking. I be putting y'all on. I love that, man. I love that. A lot of
I
people
love
rock.
y'all, bro. It's all love. I almost kind of got a little discouraged because some people but we spoke in the comments and we got it all out together. But I do want to say on that last time, I do want to say that I didn't want to end it like that about the black women like that. Black women are our sisters. They all love us. We love them. I wasn't trying to add fire to no gender wars. I just want black men, black women, really all of us, honestly, to realize the government is the government that we against. And we supposed to be we supposed to be the people, and I feel like we didn't forgot that. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I meant. Just for anybody out there who was listening, I'm not no gender war type of guy. That's not my thing. I ain't with that. I want to see us together, happy and healthy.
Right. I just feel like, me personally, I feel like our women is gonna have to be able to handle that. We gonna have to school our women to be like, they're gonna have to handle women. We can't think that, you get what I'm saying? How we are is different. You get what I'm saying? It's like we too, we men. So it's like the best thing for them is to get our sisters to be checking them just like we checking brothers. You feel what I'm saying?
Right on.
Yeah. So that's what I be pushing people, man. Let the women, we got some strong, solid women out here that they can handle that. You know what I'm saying? And they with it. We just got to give them the power. You know what I'm saying? Let them get their platforms and get us right. And we'll stick with our guys,
Yes, sir. 100%.
Real. 100%.
Oh, we got Crew in the building. Happy birthday, Crew. It's Crew's birthday.
Crew birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, man. Salute, man. But yeah, Oakland, Detroit in the building. True reality.
Amber in the building. We connected east to west.
For real.
And don't forget about Arkansas. We in this motherfucker too. Yeah.
And
For real.
Okay, shout out to Little Rock.
Arkansas, man. Arkansas got deep history. That's why I'm not on the Discord. I don't deal with women, bro. I'm married.
I can dig that.
I love our movement, though. I love our energy. I love our movement. Like I say, bro, enough is enough. You feel me? Somebody got to draw the line, and somebody got to stand up for that lineage, bro. That's why I say, man, ever since I done got on this YouTube stuff, just be listening to y'all. It's like y'all, like, man, we on the same type of wave, so it be feeling good to connect with people who, because I normally go on op stuff. I like to go into the places who don't like FBA, and then I just try to let them know what how we coming and what we standing on.
Right.
It's really coming out of love. You feel me? So
I
just be trying to get. Man.
I've been on Sarnetta shit. I've been on what's his name, Brother Sanchez. Who else? I was even on Morris World TV.
Man, you just gotta let them know. But I will say, Cause they're gonna try to get us if we try to come in ignorance and everything. And
Yeah.
that was kind
Yeah.
of my takeaway from the last time I was on with y'all. I feel like I could have said it a little better, but I get that y'all appreciated the fire and the intensity that came with the conversation. But I lose people with that same with that too. You feel me? And I don't want to lose nobody because I'm not coming from a hateful position or from nothing like that. I'm just coming from a position where I'm just stating the facts. And it's like people want to tell us, oh, well, we all the same. And it's like, nah, bro, I really got three great grandfathers that really fought in the Civil War. One of them got grazed in their eye, one of them got shot in their groin, and they all made it and had children. You feel me? So
Yeah.
it's a little deeper to me than somebody coming from 1950 or 60s and saying like, well, we all the same. My people, went through Jim Crow. Like, yeah, but my people went through Jim Crow and more. So
Exactly. Black holes, you name it.
But
and like my
fam,
brother
I
was
get
on
what you
today.
said. Yeah, but Tony, I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, because this is the reason we gotta watch how we saying, and we don't want to be too, because they already trying to talk to us like we're a hate group. They trying to put us in categories to hurt us. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if we get off to where it's more of, you know what I'm saying, too much of an altercation, we could be labeled as a bad, you know what I'm saying, have a bad name to where, it could kind of mess us up. So I'm with you on that because I wanted to do the same thing, fam. I was on viral way and I'm going back and forth with you and he's saying stuff, but I'm trying to I'm like, I don't want to be too, I want them to get it and I want them to understand where we coming from without me getting out of my character. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Be disagreeable.
Yeah, so but yeah, keep that fire, but it just gotta be, we gotta know that we ain't because I know, bro, once I get that fire stuff that come out of my mouth, I can't control it. I'm on these YouTube streets, so I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Agitate nothing. You get a shadow ban, I may say something crazy, you know what I'm saying? But that's me though. Professionalism and presentation matters. Salute, Khadijah, for real.
Yeah, for sure. But don't get me wrong, that fire, see, I say this. I keep the fire because there is a certain demographic that I feel like we all write off.
We like that,
And
yeah.
it's for the, and I respect it, like it's for the betterment of the community for sure, but somebody still got to know how to reach and talk to them too, because we need them. They are future. So, and you know how young, how we is, sometimes we don't respond to, saying it the nice way. Like,
Yeah, right.
like for my mama, gentle parenting wouldn't have never worked for my mama. So I understand it. Cause if she would have told me to do something nice, I ain't gonna lie, I would have act like I ain't hear shit she just said. But when she would have yelled at me or she would have been, and that's some trauma shit, yeah, that people say need to go to counsel, whatever, woo, woo, woo. But the point is that some of us do learn like that. That's just some of our learning lifestyle. So sometimes that's why I might come to it with the ignorance, like, man, you dumb motherfucker, that shit ain't true. And I didn't have to say all them cuss words when I said that, but I know that resonate with you. But but at the same time, I gotta worry about the intellectual people who was listening to every single thing I say to dissect it, to find one thing wrong with it, to say that everything I'm saying is invalid.
Yeah.
So it's a slippery little slope, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like with the more time I spend on here, that I'll get better with it over time.
Yeah, for real. But you did your thing though. I ain't gonna take away from what you did. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you just caring that much because we care a lot about what we're doing, fam. So I get it because it's like I don't like us to be feeling like people can walk over us and not respect what our ancestors put down. So I'm with it, you know what I'm saying? But I just want it to be
a lot of
structured.
times it's our ancestors that's speaking through us.
Yeah, it ain't even us, right? It's like,
man. So when I was doing my ancestry, I came across like I think he my fifth great grandfather. They had like a little picture of him. He was born in like 1800. He died in like the 1880s or something like that. But like just looking at him, like looking at the picture, and like you know what I'm saying, and then reading all his children and getting these names and realizing it, it's like it's like on some real shit. It's like I can really channel them now. Like I can see the faces with the names. Like when I'm speaking about the colored troops and I'm speaking about the Civil War, I got 3 grandfathers that actually fought in it. So I'm looking at their records and seeing their faces when I'm talking about this stuff.
Right.
So like I say, that's something that you ain't gonna be able to understand unless you of this lineage, really, because it's in our DNA.
Right. And if for them colored troops, they would have lost the Civil War. So they can mess me with, you need to thank us for
and y'all know them colored troops is the ones who made the reservations.
Yep.
And at the time, the quote on the Native Americans, whatever, they was up north, or scattered around. They was in boarding schools learning how to be Indian.
Yep.
Truthfully, I mean, I don't know how far you done got on that part, but you'll run into it. You'll realize that it was a point where they was up north learning in they schools, and they had us, the colored troops in the South, clearing out shit, creating their reservations, and then we brought them to the reservations. And for like a year or two, or maybe 2 or 3 years, we had to watch them and make sure they couldn't leave the reservation until the government figured out what they wanted to do with them.
Right.
That's all right there. That's part of the colored troops history, though. But our government don't talk about the colored troops.
Nope. Just like I don't talk about the Buffalo Soldiers and how we have to clear that land out west for these national parks. We don't know the reason why these national parks is even in existence.
And most of them is built on old ancient mounds.
Mm-hmm.
That's another part of history they don't want to talk about.
Yep.
Yeah.
But man, we on it though, bro. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. We on it.
Yep. You're right.
Yeah, for real. For real. We on it, fam. So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all brothers calling in, fam. Shout out to Jesse, man. Shout out to Tony, man. I appreciate y'all brothers. We finna stay locked in. You in the Discord, right, Tony?
Nah, send it to me. I'll get up in there, John.
Okay, yeah. Cause I mean, we're gonna be, giving out some information, man, and I know you with it, so you definitely need to be knowing.
For sure. Hey, can I ask y'all a question? This kind of off topic. It's really off topic, so I ain't gonna expound on it too much. Maybe we'll talk about
it. Go ahead
another
before
time.
we get out of here. Go ahead.
Have y'all ever heard of a DVD called The Truth?
The Truth?
The Truth?
It came out, it had to be in probably 06. This is DVD era. So for my young folks, y'all lost. Y'all ain't in the South. but it came out around the same time the first Hidden Colors came out. I want to say.
Well, Hidden Colors came out in 2011.
Okay, so it came out before then. So it was a little bit when we got it from the DVD, man. It was The Truth and Hidden Colors. They both was in the same pack, so I could have that part wrong. But I was just wondering, has anybody else seen this damn movie but me? And I know a couple of other people seen it, but it literally explains what happened, like from 2008 to now. It literally explains every single thing that's going on right now, including the president having 2 terms. All of this stuff is but we'll talk. I'll let you go on that one. But hopefully maybe the chat can help me out, because I only then ran into one other person in real life that's been seen that damn DVD with me, and we can't find it nowhere. It was rumored that the person who put the DVD out, it was a rumor that he was unalive.
Yeah, it probably was.
But man, when I tell you, it goes back and talk about the music industries. It talk about the prison, what did they call it, the school to prison pipeline. I'm talking about it. It covered everything. The 2030 agenda, all of that. I don't know if my people know about the 2030 agenda and how imperative this shit really is to know who you is. I don't think people stayed. Everybody was focused on the 2025. The little. They were focused on that.
I ain't put it in there.
Agenda 21. There's a whole bunch.
Yeah. Hey, Tony, I put the Discord in the chat, man. So that's in there. Go ahead and if y'all ain't in the Discord, y'all go ahead, man. Everybody seems solid in here. Levon, salute to you. I know you came in here late, but y'all, we're gonna be on what's it called again? We're gonna be discussing everything on the Discord. We back on live Sunday. You know what I'm saying? If y'all got a channel, I'm trying to do something with bringing a lot of FBA content creators together. And so if you do got a channel, y'all hit me, because we trying to bring you some bring you some sponsors. You feel me? That's our goal. You know what I'm saying? Is to make sure we got sponsors going into our creators, and we just building a currency for us. You know what I mean? Building an economy. So
For sure.
yeah, man, y'all just stay locked in with us. We're gonna keep moving, and the more people we got that to bring this along, the better for everybody. You feel me?
Right.
What's up,
Real
Water?
shit.
Real. So man, y'all want to close them out, man? Say something before we get up out of here, fellas.
Yep. Stay black, stay dangerous. Keep your head on the swivel. We at war, FBA family. We deal with is rightfully owed to us, which is our reparations in the form of direct cash payments for past, present, and future atrocities that have been brought against our people and continue to be brought against our people in 2026. So it's tangible 2026 all the way up to 2100. Make sure y'all check us out on Frontline Black News every Saturday at 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Salute to them, man. Salute, Breeze, man. Breeze, salute. Tony, man, you want to close him out, family?
Man, it's all love. It's all love. Like I say, man, y'all tap in. Make sure y'all do y'all genealogy. Find out who y'all is. This shit is imperative for real. Don't never let nobody tell you who you is. Do the research for yourself and find out who you is. And support all the FBA contenders, all the American Indians. Shout out to Water God. Love all y'all. Peace.
For real. Love, bro. That's love. Trail Jackson, man, my guy, man. We all gonna link, bro. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. We back on here Sunday, man. Y'all reach out and make sure anything y'all need. We in the Discord. Y'all want to discuss something private. Y'all know where to find us. You feel me? So y'all leave a comment, man, on the. I mean, you don't gotta just like the video so we can push this, man. A lot of FBA content creators, they watch the replays a lot because they can't catch us live. So make sure y'all hit that like button and push us on the algorithm so they get to catch it. So, man, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all, family. We're going to catch y'all on the next one, okay? Peace and love. Queen G, everybody, peace and love, family.